What's going on? This is Chris Rubio of the Rubio Method. We're going to try something new starting right now. This is the rundown with Rubio. Basically going to cover some daily topics in just kind of a more relaxed mode, just kind of hang out, see what's going on. And it's going to be all based around my 5 principles. Remember, we already talked about them. Everything happens for a reason. There's winners and losers in life. Accept and embrace. Working hard is not enough, and confidence is the key. So let's start with everything happens for a reason. Recently, Bryan, who has a great song out right now. I'm not much of a country fan, but I do like this song, Something in the Orange. He recently was arrested, and when he was arrested, he acted like a jackass and was caught on camera by body cams and in the cop car and all that good stuff. So immediately it came out that he was just trying to be, a little bit more uppity and I'll have your name, I'll have your badge, I'll do this. You have no idea how many people I know in Oklahoma, Texas, wherever he was. But he ended up having to make a huge apology video. I'm assuming his social media director or publicist told him, hey man, you got to clear this up because you look like an idiot. So he had to put out a huge media release saying, I'm sorry, I acted like an idiot. That's not truly who I am. I was acting a little bit too pompous. Obviously, he did a lot better with his verbiage than I'm doing right now. But everything happens for a reason. Would not have had to do that message had he not just been a normal human being and not been too uppity. He said he had like 7 Red Bulls or something the night before, so he was all cranky or wired or whatever. Just bottom line, don't be an idiot. You don't have to apologize for being an idiot. Second story we're going to talk about. There are winners and losers in life. It turns out the End Fossil Fuel protesting movement group or whatever was at the U.S. Open, and to bring attention to their subject of ending fossil fuels, I'm going to guess that's what they're going with since that's their name, they decided to glue their feet to the floor as they were spectators. Okay, yes, it brought some attention to them, but has anyone really made a positive impact while doing one of these? They obviously stop the game, stop the broadcast. No one's going to focus on them, and then if everyone's around them hates them. So the whole End fossil fuel movement, you can think whatever you want about it. I honestly just do not think this is a positive or something that needs to be brought up the way they did it, because no one looks at it and goes, oh man, yeah, I really like that movement now that you've postponed the US Open that I paid probably $1,000 a ticket to come to or watch on TV. Now I have to be delayed because you've got 4 or 5 quote unquote idiots that acted idiotic. All right. And so now they've got to pause it. No one's going to look at them and say, yes, this is the movement that I want to be a part of. So there's winners and losers in life. They think they're winning, but are they really losing? Who knows? That's just my opinion. The third topic we're going to talk about with accepting and embracing, Moderna had the shot of the day going back to the U.S. Open, and the winner of the U.S. Open was very famous Novak Djokovic. He won, but the reason why he's famous, not only because I think he's the number 1 tennis player in the country right now. That I'm not exactly sure. He probably should be. But he was not allowed into the U.S. because Joey B said he had no vaccination, so he's not allowed in. So he hasn't been able to play in America, I think, for about 2 years. And he's only been in European countries, absolutely dominating everyone over there. And so it was one of those, okay, he couldn't come in. Then finally, after 3 years, they said, okay, you can come in even though you're not vaccinated. He ends up winning, being definitely the only unvaccinated player. And the final highlight was sponsored by Moderna, which obviously has one of the Rona vaccine shots. And so it was the Moderna shot of the day. And so they had to really accept and embrace of, okay, this is the highlight of the day, but we're kind of, the publicity on this is just so ironic. My gosh. So shout out to Novak Djokovic. Okay. And the fourth one, working hard is not enough. This was a pretty rough one if you're a football fan. Head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, Andy Reid, did not punt from his own 30 on 4th and 25 with 3 timeouts left and the 2-minute warning, and the Kansas City Chiefs ended up losing to the Detroit Lions. This was a major upset. It happened last Thursday, and it was one of those that the entire team worked as hard as they could, but at some point the coaches got to make a decision, and working hard was simply not enough. That left a lot of people scratching their heads, pulling their hair out. Not me, obviously, but it was just a weird thing because they had 2-minute warning, 3 timeouts. They were on their own 30, so it wasn't like they're even in the Detroit Lions territory. They were just kind of out there, and you're like, okay, if they don't make this, Detroit only has to go 30 yards. but now you've got to go 70. And why not just punt it, flip the field? You got 3 timeouts. You basically could stop the ball 4 times, stop the clock 4 times. But Andy Reid chose not to. And so no matter how hard those guys worked on the field, it was simply not enough. And the last one, confidence is the key. This goes to Tom Brady. He was honored yesterday, Sunday, September 10th at Gillette Stadium in front of the Patriots at their home opener. I always talk about Tom Brady as the difference between confidence and cockiness. He's one of those guys that you can just say, God, I do not like that guy. And then someone will say, why don't you like Tom Brady? I don't know. Because he toes that line. I always talk about he toes the line between confidence and cockiness. And he's right over it. He's almost like bleeding into the cockiness, but he's so confident that he, let's be honest, is not the world's greatest athlete. He's definitely not the fastest. He's not the biggest. He's not the strongest, but he has a great mind for the game. He knows it extremely well. He's obviously an extremely accurate quarterback. He's got good height. And he just plays with a lot of confidence. Anytime you've watched Tom Brady at all, if he had like 30 seconds left in the game and his team was behind, you never relax. You're always, oh man, this guy, Tom's going to come back and do it. You've seen him do it 55 times. And it's one of those things, he's just so confident that it oozes to the players around him. So even though they, oh my gosh, we're down by 6, 40 seconds left. What are we going to do? Give Tom the ball. He's got it. And he does it so often that it just, the confidence is the key. Confidence is the key. So shout out to Tom Brady getting honored at Gillette Stadium at the Patriots home opener. All right, I hope you enjoyed this rundown with Rubio. New aspect we're going to try to bring to the Rubio method, see how everyone likes it. If you'd like me to talk about a certain topic, see if it fits into one of these, give me an email, rubio@therubiomethod.com. That's me signing out for September 11th, 2023. Yeah, good God. All right.